on his back, fighting him off in the first round. And then they start in the second round. Chandler moves straight to him, and Oliveira just pieces him up.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
He hit him with a clean left hook. It was clean.
I think I was there.
You might have been there.
Yeah, man, we had some good ass fights this year. And now, now Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh man,
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard, man.
That's one dude that, like, I believe all the shit he be talking.
Crawford? Yeah. Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying shit.
They tried to say that, like, Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him, because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like, you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know,
super accurate.
Oh, like, just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what.
Joe Rogan is never one to hold back his opinions when it comes to combat sports. The longtime UFC commentator and podcast host recently sparked a heated debate when he weighed in on the potential super fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence "Bud" Crawford. Rogan's bold claim: Canelo should avoid Crawford at all costs because the American pound-for-pound great has all the tools to dismantle him.
He makes it. He's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He's an artist.
Like, remember, like a young B-Hop.
Yeah,
it was like just so sharp and made it look almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art. He's piecing up people. It was an art form. All right, Brian Simpson. Let's wrap this bitch up. Bring it home.
Let's do it.
Everybody, BS Comedian on Twitter, BS Comedian on Instagram.
BrianSimpsonComedy.com for tour tickets.
Netflix special.
Live from the mothership.
Bam.
Streaming right now.
That's it. Thank you, brother.
Later, bro.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? One thing we forgot to talk about.
What?
I wanted to thank you for sending people to go watch that clip of WAP on YouTube.
Oh,
I got a lot of...
One of the best videos, or one of the best bits of all time. I love that bit. All right.
During an episode of his wildly popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan dove deep into the hypothetical matchup that has had the boxing world buzzing for months. With Canelo reigning as the undisputed super middleweight champion and Crawford recently conquering the welterweight division, the prospect of these two giants colliding is a dream for fight fans. But according to Rogan, it's a nightmare scenario for the Mexican superstar.
Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner. Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt.
Canelo is a beast, no doubt about it, but Crawford? That dude is something else. He's got the speed, the precision, the footwork, and he's just mean in there. I think if Canelo takes that fight, he's in for a long night. He might even get stopped. Crawford will beat the ***** out of him ****, Rogan stated emphatically.
Seems like it's not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Matadorf, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matadorf was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. he's beaten anybody that they put in front of him. He beat an undefeated fighter in Errol Spence that everybody thought was just like, one of the best fighters out there, which he was. He was one of the top fighters pound for pound out there, and he didn't just beat him, he dismantled him. He might have ruined him. We were talking about getting ruined in fights earlier. He might have ruined him.
Rogan pointed to several key factors that give Crawford a decisive edge over Canelo. First and foremost is Crawford's ability to seamlessly switch stances, a skill that has confounded many of his previous opponents. The Omaha native is one of the rare fighters who can fight equally well in both orthodox and southpaw stances, which would present serious challenges for Canelo, who is used to fighting more conventional opponents. Crawford's ambidexterity makes him unpredictable. He's not going to stand in front of Canelo and let him dictate the pace. He's going to move, he's going to pick his shots, and he's going to make Canelo look slow at times. And that's the last thing Canelo wants in a fight, Rogan explained. Another major factor Rogan highlighted is Crawford's fight IQ. Over the years, Bud has proven that he is one of the smartest fighters in the game with the ability to make adjustments mid-fight. His dismantling of Errol Spence Jr. was a prime example of this. Going into that fight, many believed it would be a 50-50 matchup, but Crawford systematically broke Spence down, stopping him in dominant fashion. People thought Spence versus Crawford was going to be close, and Bud walked through him like he was nothing. That's what high-level IQ looks like in a fighter. He makes reads, he makes adjustments, and once he figures you out, it's game over. Canelo doesn't want that problem, Rogan argued. Of course, Canelo is no pushover. The Mexican superstar has cemented his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of this generation, conquering multiple weight divisions and taking on some of the best competition available. His power, granite chin, and counterpunching ability make him a formidable force in the ring. Rogan acknowledged Canelo's strengths but remained firm in his belief that they wouldn't be enough to overcome Crawford's overall skill set. Canelo has that knockout power, no doubt, and he's incredibly good at slipping punches and countering. But let's not forget, he has had problems with guys who move well. Look at the Bivol fight. Bivol's movement gave him all sorts of issues. Crawford is just as good, if not better, at creating angles and frustrating opponents, Rogan said. Dmitry Bivol, a natural light heavyweight, dominated Canelo in their 2022 showdown, exposing some of the Mexican's limitations when faced with an elusive and technically sound opponent. Rogan believes Crawford, despite being a smaller fighter, could replicate and even exceed Bivol's success due to his superior boxing ability. Bivol was too big and too technical, but Crawford? He's slick, he's fast, and he's got the dog in him. He's not just looking to win, he's looking to humiliate you. That's why Canelo should think twice before signing that contract, Rogan warned. Competing at super middleweight, 168 volts, for years, and has even ventured into light heavyweight, 175 volts. Meanwhile, Crawford has spent most of his career at lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight, with his highest weight class being 154 volts. Size matters when the skill level is equal, but let's be real. Crawford is levels above almost anyone Canelo has fought. He's not just another welterweight moving up, he's a generational talent. He puts on size the right way, and I don't think Canelo's size advantage will matter much when he's getting touched up all night, Rogan argued. To support his claim, he pointed to examples of smaller fighters defeating bigger opponents due to superior skill sets. Fighters like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and Roy Jones Jr. have all moved up in weight and dominated bigger men. Pacquiao did it. Floyd did it. Hell, Roy Jones went all the way up to heavyweight and beat John Ruiz. When you're special, you find a way to make it work.